Hello YouTube, Math here, and welcome back to the Red Estate. We're in a little bit of a weird situation this week, with quite a fair few of our characters now at Legend, level 6. The few that we have left at level 5 don't quite make up a full team. We don't quite have enough people at level 4 or 3 to make up a good team. Like, I question the abilities of highwaymen, 2 grave robbers, and an antiquarian. Similarly, we don't really have characters at level 1 or 0 to make up a team, at least because of currently de-stressing characters, things like that. Spent about 15,000 or so on stress relief and it's basically stress relief and a little bit of blacksmithing. We've got a few of our level 5s getting like the last level of defense. If I'd actually realized Barristan was only at 4, I might have grabbed him first, but oh well, you live, you learn, etc., etc. I kind of want to get a really solid pool of level 6 characters raring to go, and then I feel like we're on the cusp of heading into the darkest dungeon for the first time. Once we do that, we're going to shift gears a little bit into a later stage of the game. As our roster won't be full anymore, we can bring in another batch of level 0 recruits and start repeating that cycle. There's just 4 good solid runs into the darkest dungeon until we've got this thing as another notch on our belt. And I'm pretty excited. I'm riding a little bit high after the last episode. The fact that we had a champion level dungeon that went well, everybody came out alive. We showed that we can consistently gain experience for our level 5 characters. I'm pretty stoked about that. I also want to welcome Kane as our newest crusader down there. Hove, sorry buddy, you were the second comment to respond on that video, so maybe next time. We're going to waste a little bit of experience on Barristan here. He's going to end up coming out with us this week. We're looking at a lineup, something like that, which I think will be okay. We got Missandei in our back slot, doing the whole natural swing is awesome on her. Doing our Medic's Greaves kind of setup, but sniper shot's real solid. So I'm pretty confident in the way this is going to go. I think we'll be fine. I did just realize, yeah, 2 of these guys don't have their like 4th camping skill unlocked. 6,000 gold though. Why don't we go for it? Man, that'll leave us with 4,000. It's just a short mission. We should be fine. I really like turn back time. It's basically just, super better than encourage. All companions, 1 companion heal. I really like both of his. I think I'm going to go with turn back time for now. We'll go ahead and equip that right away. And then similarly, going to have so little cash. This is going to be the least provisioned run that I've done in maybe forever. Everybody heals, or I think thematically, I'm going to go with everybody heals, although restring crossbow is probably better, technically speaking. I just like the idea of sort of a triaging combat medic sort of build, what with Battlefield Bandage, and so we'll grab triage for her. That leaves us with 38,000 gold going into a champion dungeon. Doesn't that feel like a fantastic idea? We're going to want to food it up. And yes, I am bringing full food. Everybody that criticizes that, there's a not so distant episode where I like only took 2/3 of the maximum amount, and it totally bit me in the ass. Go 2 shovels, 6 torches. I'm going to the Warrens, anti-venom, 1 more bandage. And 1 key. 865 gold. Man, if I had 865 gold pieces in real life, I would be a very rich man. So It's gonna be fine. We're practically millionaires, you know, well, with inflation and all. But unfortunately, I'm not sure the economy in the world of Darkest Dungeon works quite in the same way. Too bad. Too bad. Is that a new... I don't remember ever seeing that tip before. Or at least never seeing a tip with prot in parenthetically displayed like so.
They breed quickly down there in the dark. But perhaps we can slay them even faster.
We have a very short dungeon. Wow. Like, even for short, this feels like a very small number of rooms. It's also fairly well trapped, so that's great.
Will find no clemency in this place.
I'm just going to pass up the scrawlings, at least for right now. Are scrawlings amazing? Was scrawlings one of the things that can potentially give us, like, a removed negative quirk? Have I forgotten everything I've ever learned? I used to play with a handcrafted cheat sheet, which I'm now reopening, and I kind of stopped playing, but I don't remember what the Warrens give on... Is it Cult Scrawlings? Holy water is a curse. Otherwise, 25% stress. Two-thirds positive, one-third negative. Anybody not have all their positive quirks? They all do. So you know what? We're done with that. All right, the return of the grand cheat sheet. Sometimes you just should put training wheels back on, you know? Don't ride your bike without a helmet. That sort of thing. I do like the idea, at least, that that a short dungeon means we should be able to get in, get out relatively painlessly. That was the negative. It's the burn, the thing. I remember now. It's all coming back. It's all coming back. All right. This guy could be a little bit of a pain. So you know what? We'll take away his first turn. Oh man, it's all battle ballad or stabby stabs, huh? You know what? Battle ballad it is then. We can put a sniper shot right there. Not quite. And by not quite, really nowhere close. Ooh, but that was worse. Okay. What about your lightning infused mace? You didn't bring the lightning infusion this time? Is that what happened?
Dazed.
Ah, okay.
About to break.
I mean, it's only the first turn of combat. I'd say maybe about to break is a tad bit of hyperbole. Oh, that's good. Not quite enough to be dead, though. Although, no reason to attack him again.
Ears. Blurred vision.
Really?
The end approaches.
They've literally, like, only critically hit me every single attack? Is that the game we're playing today? Okay, it's not quite the game we're playing today, but man, they are stacking on the damage back there.
Destroyed.
Alright. Wouldn't mind a round of healing, be it stress or HP. Need to remember that I do have the ability to defend. Maybe I should keep that in mind. Everything else is pretty worthless, considering he's going to bleed out. And he didn't get to act first, which is great. Now, one of the disadvantages, of course, to the Arbalist is Battlefield Bandage can only affect the front 3 ranks. She doesn't have the ability to heal herself from there. I might swap these two going into the next combat.
By inches.
Ooh. I think I've got several wounding helmets, but I really do like that trinket quite a bit. Also, before we set out, I looked at my trinket options, and man, do I need some better trinkets for a Jester. It's sad, is what it is, that the Jingles here is coming in at level 5 with a common and a rare as his best options. It's not not something anyone should be okay with. Ornsphobe. Scattering would be bad, but we don't have any range attacks. Gambling is actually pretty good. Even tapes. Oh man. Wow. I guess we hope Ornsphobe goes away. If it's not clear, I like. Yes. I like all of the negative quirks, such as Gambler, Deviant Taste, and Faithless. If those can lock in for me, like, kudos. I want it to stay that way. They basically have no negative consequences after you have even the slimmest of options with what your stress relief is going to look like in town. Oh, great. Alright, we do have a Jester with us. So, theoretically anyway, I think we could kind of go like toe-to-toe with a stressful incanter type attack. Especially if we can keep dodging stuff like that. I am going to use, I feel like, at least one turn on Battlefield Bandaging herself here. 6 may not seem like much, but it's 6 HP we didn't have a minute ago. And then...
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And then I'm going to do that. What do we got next? We could... Let's go for the Hound's Rush. Try then for the stun on the Flesh Eater. I think that's where I'm looking. Oh, okay. I wouldn't have even been mad about the move. And then a Sniper Shot.
Press this advantage.
Ooh, yeah.
Give them no quarter.
Alright, stun it up.
Precision and power.
Crits, but resisted the stun. That is unfortunate. Thankfully, Weaken Prey isn't all that intimidating, and it missed. It's going to give us a really solid turn of healing everybody up. At least I hope so. If we go for the other stun here, that'll work. Shag and Scoobs have got, you know, far better stun chances with the trinket assortment there. All right, the mark should be good. Might as well just hit him. I was thinking about Retribution, but considering he's stunned, the direct attack seems to make more sense. And then Hound's Rush can hit from there. Everything except Blackjack can hit from there. Okay. He's at 42 health. Think we can power him down? 18's not bad. I think we can do it. Oh, not before he attacks, though. That was unfortunate. Again, 5 damage isn't the worst thing in the world. That debuff doesn't really scare me.
Size alone does not dissuade the sharpened blade.
Alright, we'll get resorted a little bit there, and then we can let Jingles just have a little snacky snack in order to get back up. Alright, good, good.
As the light gains purchase, spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Some real bright lights, some very empty hallways, which is not a bad thing, even in the slightest. We've got a sworn duty here to clear out all the rooms, but the hallway battles are just on the house, and we could probably do without them. Again, we did come into this with like 3,000 gold, so it's not too hard to make a profit. I'd really rather not see too many hunger events, though. Can't see those last 2 rooms. I'm thinking, when is that best time to pop the Scooby snack? Probably not this battle. I don't think these guys are too intimidating. I'm going to toss out 1 battle ballad just to get things started, and then start wrecking stuff right after that. Okay. And didn't die. That's unfortunate. Alright. Should be able to clean up with the Arbalest shot.
Continue the onslaught.
Destroy them
All.
We did, in fact, clean up with the Arbalest shot. Again, stress isn't the worst thing in the world when we're packing a Jester. We can brighten,
unbalanced.
can brighten everybody's mood with like a jolly little song. And moved, and moved. Okay. I kind of expected that. It's okay. Hate surprise, man. Probably my least favorite mechanic in the entire game. And it's so weird to me because it's my least favorite mechanic in the entire game that I never... Wow. Never hear anybody else say anything about.
Mortality clarified in a single strike.
But the change to the way surprise was handled, and that you no longer get a free turn, the enemy just acts last, I would 9 times out of 10 rather have just not surprised the enemy, because those times when they get to take like 7 actions in a row, that's how you die. That's what gets parties killed, is having no opportunity for anybody to heal, no opportunity, you know, to interrupt some wombo combo that the
their formation is broken.
That the enemies are bringing out.
Offensive.
Let's see about this. Oh man, I would have liked either of those.
This is how a life is taken.
You know, the stun would have been great for obvious reasons, but I also would have loved the move for the ability to get a sniper shot in there. Lacking that, I think we're just going to bandage a little bit. We should get maybe one more opportunity where our Arbalest can bandage herself. That's very unfortunate. Considering the negative health debuff that comes with that, I'm probably just going to skip it for now. Oh man, does she heal herself? I think she heals herself. I know her health looks better right now, but once she's in the back,
a decisive pummeling.
She can keep the heal on Barristan up here, but she's not going to be able to heal herself any longer. Your protection is 33. Let's make him a little bit easier to damage for everyone in the party, especially if we're going to miss with attacks. I feel like that's when it really matters. Okay. Why do we really? I got a stalling penalty for that. Awesome. You know what? Since we did get a stalling penalty for that, take off a little bit of stress there. Hoping for a stun. Do land it. Probably going to get yelled at for another stalling penalty, but what you gonna do? I got one. Well, nah, let's end it.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
This is actually a we shouldn't tarry and invite danger moment.
A trifling victory, but a victory nonetheless.
Especially because it was likely to basically invite in reinforcements. I figured that's something we could do without. Okay, I think we're looking in pretty good shape. Obviously, Barristan's health is a little low. Do I even want to do anything with this? I mean, scattering is technically bad when we use solo, which is an ability that Jingles never uses. And I don't want to accidentally remove gambling, if that makes any sense at all. So I think we're actually going to pass up the opportunity for a free quirk.
Watch your step.
Free quirk removal. Did he really just fail his 90% chance of disarming that trap? That's what it felt like. Back up to 90. That is the last of our torches, though. This feels like maybe a good time. Yeah, definitely a good time. For us to bust out the doggy biscuit. Let's go ahead and go with one buff for everybody. I say that now. We might keep those buffs going. I think the Swinotar is more dangerous than the large flesh eater. Am I correct in that? Do we have a consensus? Is there a consensus on which of these guys is the worst? I feel like some of his ability to spear things is like real scary. I say that, of course, and then with DPS, I think I'm gonna primarily be targeting the large flesh eater because it has fewer HP, and I think I could kill it a little bit faster. Alright, and good. Very solid. And not quite as solid. On an 8 to 16, getting an 8 is never what you want to see. That 29 almost makes up for it. Alright, that's not the worst roll we could have gotten. Never mind, that's pretty bad. Especially considering we're burning fuel on our treat there. 21, 22, neither of those are particularly amazing. That could get the kill.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
He, indeed. Good protection. That 120 stun resist, though, right? 9% chance of landing it. Probably not going to go for that. But only 7 damage. That really hurts. 21, 22. We'll get a little HP going back here. Crunching backhand. He hits the 2 characters with the least health. Of course he does. Ooh. Why not? Why not? Because it does 5. That's probably a good reason why not. Pull off a little bit of his protection. We'll get 3 rounds of that. I think we're relegating Missandei to healing at this point. 11 to 25 is pretty solid. Tell you what, as long as he's marked, I think the Arbalist is more valuable. That was a bad decision.
Perched at the very precipice of oblivion.
As I was about to say, I think as long as the enemy is marked, I think the Arbalist becomes more valuable attacking than healing.
Masterfully executed.
Of course, if I would have healed for even a single HP of damage, we would have kept him off of death's door. I feel like I've got to go with that, just in case he was to get off an attack. I just can't risk it, man. Yeah, like right here. Like right here.
Such a terrible assault cannot be left unanswered.
Wow. So you don't see that very often. What we actually experience there is protection is ignored, or sorry, not protection, but guarding, rather. The guard mechanic is ignored when you use a multi-hit attack like that. So the Swinitar basically didn't care about his guarded friend. Oh man, that was like a little bit on the scary side. A little bit on the scary side, I'm not gonna lie.
Their cursed champion falls. Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
Alright, so we're in full-on how quickly the tide has turned mode. What are we doing here? Let me get him back. There's no way for us to get rid of the Death's Door right now anyway. I say we drop single citrine. Yeah, that's probably where we are. Oh, that is so lucky. Let's continue for just a second, see if we get a scout here. We don't get a scout here. I think it would be very foolish of me to press on. It would risk old Shag and Scoob's life just a little bit too much. So I think we're going to call this one quest complete. We got some good experience.
Some experiments should have never happened. You are doing just work ending them.
And we made about 4 times the gold that we invested in this, right? Like a little over 12,000. Not to mention some decent crests, a few portraits, etc., etc. I think also the reward for this was deeds. It's interesting to me. Beast Hater over robust. That's not bad. Scurvy we want to get rid of. Lickety split like. And very close to leveling up. Jingles makes it to level 6. Very cool. It's interesting to me from a game design perspective what the introduction of the conversion of heirlooms.
Flames on the horizon. Sulfur in the air. The wolves are at the door.
Hell. Okay. We'll come to that in just a second. I want to complete a thought first. It's interesting to me what the introduction of the heirloom conversion did. The ability to trade heirlooms here and move stuff back and forth. For many, it was considered a quality of life improvement, right? It was an anti-annoyance factor. I actually think it detracts slightly from the game. I no longer care which heirlooms I'm picking up. I just feel like, if I've got enough of them, I can convert the ones I need when I need them. I don't have to think about it. You know, it's just, it removed a layer of complexity from the game that I think was actually like a valuable decision-making process, and we're not asked to make that anymore. All right, guys, Brigand incursion, which is something I am apparently incapable of saying. To arms, a brigand raiding party is descending upon the hamlet with explosive fury and murderous intent. Plot quest, wolves at the door. And that's it. We'll never hear anything about that ever again, I'm sure. Alright, so Najuru was caught making strange requests. Slow reflexes. Wait, what? I'm confused. Najiri, what replaced? Hold on. Najiri, what have you been doing? Oh, wow! Wow! Did he gain both of those from doing that? They were both doing the, like, we're blinky and we're new. And I sent him to the tavern. Huh. He engaged in pleasures of the flesh. I believe he gained both Dark Temptation and Deviant Taste from doing it, though. That's a little bit interesting. Juri, maybe we need to have a talk about some of your activities. Stress relief, gone on a personal vision quest for Conti. Where do you think you're headed? Oh man, Conti, that's actually real bad. You're like our level 1 dedicated healing class, and you've just decided to skip out on a thing. Okay, let's see what's up with this wolves at the door. Embark. Hamlet. Whoa! Crazy! There's a defend the Hamlet thing? Okay, that's really neat. To arms, a brigand raiding party is descending upon the hamlet with explosive fury and murderous intent. Short, kill 1 brigand Wolf. And our reward would be Wolf's Tassel Trophy. Damage versus marked, accuracy versus marked, crit versus not size 1. Huh. That's fairly good. Like on a Hound Master, a Bounty Hunter, any of those types of things. That could be really cool. Well, spoilers, everybody. I think we know what we're doing next week. It is Darkest, level 6. I think I've seen something before. I think we unlocked this as soon as we got 4 level 6 champions, and that's what brought this on. Which is a fairly recent occurrence for us. That's very cool. All right, well, spoilers. There's no theorizing. It looks like next week we do this. I think we get punished if we don't. I don't really understand the mechanic there entirely. I just haven't looked it up. I preferred not to spoil myself. I was vaguely aware that you could now be attacked in the hamlet, and I think that's actually quite cool. Alright guys, but that's going to have to wait for the next episode. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you did, feel free to subscribe, as there's lots more on the channel. Leave a like or a comment if you have anything to say about this or any of my other videos, and I will catch you guys next time.